Thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm Eric Wilfred Watson.
And I'm some guy you picked up off the street. It's Steve again!
Yeah, so he's back with us from the What You Take channel, and we just got back from seeing a brand new movie based on a really old movie.
And it had to see it. Hey, I mean, we kind of had to do it because way back when, this old geezer introduced me to an old geezer movie, the original one, The Naked Gun. And it's not normally my wheelhouse of movies, but you were just insisting, like, you got to see this, you will enjoy this movie. And I laughed my ass off through the whole thing.
It hurt my soul that you had never seen The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
I just couldn't let that stand. It's like, I don't know if you're Gen X, you're millennial. Uh-huh. I'm like 1 or 2 years older than you.
Just a couple.
So, as you can judge by my beard. So, what did you think of the movie? I'll let you begin. Compared to the original, or just this movie on its own, I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are. We just got back from the theater. We haven't talked about it yet.
I was entertained. It definitely had some moments where I had some good, genuine laughs coming out of it. The story held up about as well as you would expect a movie like this to. I would say by comparison, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot more than I enjoyed Happy Gilmore 2. And I actually really enjoyed Happy Gilmore 1. So Naked Gun 2, I think, did a really good job tying in some call-outs from the original, but still not being just like flashback central. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. What about you?
It's hard to review the movie without just saying this part was funny and this part was funny. This part wasn't so funny, but this part was funny. So unless you want to just spoil all the jokes, it's kind of a tricky movie to review.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of reviews of this on YouTube from other people saying that it was one of the funniest movies they've seen in a really long time. And I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be, wiping tears away as I walked out of the movie theater because I was laughing so hard. But if I'm going to be honest with myself, as much as I love the original Naked Gun movies and the TV show it's based on, this one just kind of didn't quite cut it.
Yeah, it was not, to your point, it was not wipe my tears away from the entire. It had moments where I definitely had some good gut laughs. And it had moments where I think even audibly in the theater, I was going, what the literal, the entire time. But then there was period, and then I calmed myself back down. I was like, okay, we'll check back into the movie again. So I would agree with that.
There are parts, I guess we can go full spoilers. At this point, the movie's out. People have seen it or not seen it. And I don't think we're going to, if you're watching this video, I'm just going to assume that you want to hear the movie spoiled. So,
and if you don't, too bad.
Yeah.
Sergeant, take her away. Sergeant Booker.
I didn't like the opening sequence at all with the little girl.
No, that was weird.
It was in the trailer. It's like they didn't understand what made the original movies funny.
Yeah.
Because the idea is just the deadpan delivery and him saying ridiculous things. What if you can like metamorphose into like a little girl? I mean, it would have been one thing if he just like dressed up in the little girl costume and the other characters just believed it. That would have been funnier.
Yes.
But to actually do with the little girl, I just didn't.
It was very Mission Impossible for that sequence where they ripped the face off. And it was like, whatever. The moment that they walked into the vault and this guy went for the one safety deposit box, in my head, I was thinking like, okay, this is absolutely going to be the call. You can keep the cash. I'm here for something specific. We find out at the very end of the movie that was indeed the case. I was like, okay, so, that was pretty great.
I love that the plot device was a literal plot device.
Literal plot device.
That had me. Later in the movie, looking at it, it's like it has holes in it. So they're talking about the plot holes. So there's a lot of clever.
Oh, that's what that was. I didn't catch that at first.
And that's one thing about these movies, all three, the Naked Gun movies plus this one. I think it's worth a rewatch because I guarantee there's jokes we missed.
Loan office heist.
Just a little hunchback at the office.
Thought so. I brought that little hunchback with me. Charlie, come out here.
Charlie!
I enjoyed the jabs between, so our bad guy would seem to have been this happy medium between a fictional combination or a fictional mashup of like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I think maybe a little bit more heavier towards the Elon Musk part. And I loved that. Ripping the charges out of the wall. The steering wheel was a triangle.
It made no sense.
It was just dumb.
There was no joke involved in that other than they're calling the triangle a wheel.
Yeah, it is. Please take the wheel. But it was fun. I will say the sequence with the attempted murder with him driving into the ocean. And he does the smart thing and he shot the window out and kicked the window out, but then he got the balloons and the bees in. And then the guy's walking across the road with a new car windshield that just smacked into place. It's like, what the hell? So I enjoyed that sequence a lot. That was fun.
All over town. I have a hunch they're concentrating right here.
And nobody will talk.
Now, I tell you, Frank.
I didn't laugh as much as I wanted to, but I had a perpetual smile on my face the entire time.
Yeah.
It was just an enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
By saying it's not as funny as I hoped, I was disappointed when I left the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I enjoyed myself. So I got to just take that experience for what it is rather than comparing it to something different.
For ssure. He kept breaking the phones. That was kind of entertaining. Then he threw out his burner phone and to break that and toss it away.
The landline phone.
I didn't care for the whole dream sequence, which then turned out to not be a dream sequence, and it was actually a thing. But the romance like cutaway to their up north cabin trip.
Oh, with the snowman?
Which turned into like the demented snowman. Okay, build the snowman, that's fine. The snowman came alive, that got weird. The snowman kind of got sexualized, that got weird. Then the snowman got jealous, and it turned into a murderous snowman.
That's one little story arc.
I was like, was this from the writers of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey? I mean, it got weird. So that part I could have done without.
I agree with you, but I will say that I give the movie props for not shying away from trying weird ass shit.
Fair.
Because this movie, you don't know what to expect.
Yep.
See the girl over there? When she leaves, put a tail on her.
It's a little bit, I don't know if you want to call it more modern, because the original movies were making fun of the police procedurals at the time.
Yep.
This one's making fun of Liam Neeson movies.
Yep.
I mean, it's like any random action movie that he's been in, only silly.
Yep. Yeah, and for me, kind of going into this, so when I first heard that they were doing The Naked Gun and that Liam Neeson was going to be the one headlining it, I was interested in the fact that it was going to be him, because I've never seen him in a movie like this. I've seen him as Qui-Gon Jinn. I've seen him as Ra's al Ghul. I've seen him as the guy from Taken. Always very serious roles. So to see him in this kind of manner for me was weird.
You see what the tagline of the movie is?
No.
One man has a special set of skills to lead police squad.
Oh my God. Or what about his boss and her husband sleeping? Did you notice her walking him in while he was asleep in the final raid?
It starts off with a little simple thing that he's sleeping, don't wake him up, and then it just gets sillier and sillier. The joke compounds. And that type of humor I appreciate. That's one of the better things about the original. They lay the groundwork for a joke, and then they just add to it in ways that you're not expecting. Like the coffee cup gag.
I love the coffee cup gag.
When you think you forget about it, it's just long enough where you forget that that's a gag, and then they do it again.
I wanted almost to see more of that. I think it would have been great if, like, once they were in the jazz club, if the waiter would have brought him coffee. Or I wanted to see that more in the middle. We got a lot of it in the beginning. We got some of it at the very end there. I would have loved to have seen that more in the middle ground as well.
And a lot of the play on words, some of it worked, some of it didn't work. But one thing I love about the original movies is just the density of jokes. This movie kind of had to wait a little bit between gags. There's it's still really joke dense, but nowhere near compared to the originals.
No, the original you almost wanted to you almost found yourself being like, okay, where'd the story go? Because there's just joke. This one, it's like, where'd the jokes go? Because they were putting that story in place there. But it was still fun.
Who are you and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith. And I'm the locksmith.
It's sort of like watching a cover band do a song you love competently, but you can just tell it's not the original artist. Yeah. It's good. You can't quite put your thumb on why it's wrong, but there's just something missing without the original directors.
I would agree.
It just doesn't have the same feel. Now, Leslie Nielsen had Frank Drebin Jr. in the second Naked Gun movie. Okay. So Liam Neeson is way too old to be.
Oh, for sure.
But you just wink, pretend he's in his 40s.
Yeah. So 1,000 bad guys later, I'll make a guy look old. The jazz band scene, I think, this joke within the jazz club scene kind of off did it for me. I almost wanted her to have a serious musical number, and for her to just kind of go straight off into skippity boo bop land for literally 3 or 4 minutes. I was like, okay, that one kind of just outdid it.
Have her be singing a serious song, but silly things happening around her that she's oblivious to.
Yeah, they really, when he had the line of henchmen that he was just kind of like beating up as it was happening. Yeah, the serious musical note while that was happening, I would have loved that.
It seems they didn't quite know how to combine the straightforward delivery with the silly. Like at one point, he's like sticking his tongue out. I was like, stop trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Just do your deadpan delivery, which he's so good at. When this movie gets it right, it really gets it right.
Yes.
It's just, I think if they would have just had like the original director as a consultant,
Yep.
it would have elevated it. Unfortunately, they basically pushed the original people aside.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's rather unfortunate. And it shows. Now, I don't want to say this. I came to this review expecting to be glowing. I had high expectations, and I was a little bit let down, but I still enjoyed it.
I'm going to help you and Mary get out of this sewer. Come on.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of been the trend for a lot of things this summer when it's come to these sequels, and any number of sequels that we've had to get released this summer, is that they haven't been horrible movies. They've been entertaining, but that's about as far as they've gone.
Yeah.
Seems to be the trend throughout the summer, and I think The Naked Gun kind of fell right in with that.
I would love to see more movies like this, though. I want more deadpan delivery, slapstick comedy where no gag is off limits.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really get those movies anymore.
I would be okay with the deadpan coming kind of back into mainstream. I think the trick would be avoiding the modernization of it, because so many comedies these days, geez, I can't talk today. So many comedies now go raunchy real fast. And I think that there's a time and a place for a raunchy joke or a raunchy comment. But so much comedy these days, unless it's a cartoon or something or a rom-com, just goes straight raunchy for the whole thing. You think of like Will Ferrell, you think of a lot of Adam Sandler. A lot of it just kind of gets based in that. And I'd want to see kind of that go away and more of the true deadpan come in.
Yeah, this movie earned its 13 of the PG-13.
Yes, yes, it definitely did.
Especially with the night vision, the gag with the cleaning the oven, but then it just kept going, and then they brought in the dog, and you're like, oh, come on.
Oh, not the dog.
They're like, what's actually happening is completely innocent. They stole that from the Austin Powers movies.
Yes, they did. The prelude to that, when they were outside in the hallway of the apartment and their like weird dinner dirty talk going back and forth, I enjoyed that. That was funny.
Banter dialogue.
Yeah, that was enjoyable.
Salmonella. I like a dirty bird.
I like a dirty bird. Oh my god!
It starts with like innuendo, and then it just gets so absurd. It's like, what are you even saying?
And I think what almost made those moments enjoyable, yet also kind of made me gag at the same time, is like they're a set of older actors, right? I mean, we're not talking Betty White, rest in peace. But so for me, I'm sitting here, I'm watching my grandparents talk dirty to each other. Just, so I just kind of enjoyed it. Again, Liam Neeson, he delivered great on the lines in the script that he was given.
You know what, though? If you're going to cast Liam Neeson, I'm glad that they didn't give him some like 25-year-old love interest.
Mm-hmm.
So Pam Anderson's a little bit more age appropriate, at least. I'm glad that they went that route.
I would agree. Yep.
They're dating in real life now.
Are they really?
Because of this movie. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, how sweet. I think the part that, and it kind of leads into the, again, and I'm going to keep reiterating this like you did, I'm not mad about the movie, but an area of disappointment for me was that I almost think I had more genuine laughs reading the credits than points of the movie. And then I'm sorry, but the eye exam test killed me.
Yeah.
That absolutely friggin' killed me.
It's just something that's not supposed to be there, but it's funny that it's there.
Well, what's funny is like I didn't think anything of the credits. I thought you were waiting around for like a post-credit scene, and you called one of the ridiculous things out, and I was like, shut up, hold on. And I started looking for things, cast, or what was it, set dressings, and they had ranch Italian or whatever. I was like, what is happening right now?
They do that in the original movies.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And again, that's another example. In the original movie, they had more of them. Maybe it was the same amount, but the credits were shorter. I don't know. But like the real credits per joke credits ratio was off.
Okay.
They got to really look for the funny credits in this. They're there.
Yeah.
It's kind of a scavenger hunt. I'm pretty sure I missed a few because way more names are on the credits now than in old movies.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like I missed a few things, but crazy credits are a staple of the original movies. And Weird Al in this movie? Weird Al is the only actor in all 4 Naked Gun movies.
Oh, was he in the other ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a bit part in every one of those movies.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep some of the original stuff there.
One of you pigs.
Just take it easy, man.
Say your prayers.
Nice work, Frank. What?
And there's a great call out to the original television show. I don't know if you know this or not, but this is actually based on a TV show.
I've heard of Police Squad, yeah.
So at the end of each episode, they did a freeze frame
Yeah.
where they pretend they're frozen, but the camera's still rolling.
Is that where the very end
Yeah.
came from?
Be sure to tune in next week for another exciting story from the files of Police Squad.
So
Okay.
that was a wink to the original series where they had that gag, and they pushed it a lot further than they did in the original TV show, but I appreciated that they had that in there.
Gotcha.
So that was nice. I say the movie was nice, despite its raunchiness, despite a lot of the humor missing,
Yeah.
and despite there's a lot more space between jokes than in the original.
Yeah.
A lot of the reviewers were just talking about this is the best comedy of the decade, and I just don't agree with that. I wanted it to be that.
Yeah, but again, I think that comes from it's a relief from just straight raunchy the whole time.
Yeah.
It gets back to I'm going to use this term very loosely, but a semblance of wholesome comedy, right? That didn't make you leave the theater feeling icky. So that was good.
It was a nice, fun movie. I enjoyed watching it. I hope they make more like it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, thanks for stopping by our channel. My name is Eric Wilford Watson. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you get more content like this. And if you want to see his reviews, I'll put a link to his channel in the description below.
Thanks, guys. See you later. Why are you still here? Leave. The video's over. Go. Go. He told you to leave. Go check out my link. It's down there. We're done here. Bye.